I'm Captain Logan.
And I'm Vince.
And it's time once again
to recommend things.
Vince,
Yeah.
what do you recommend today?
Today I'm recommending clothes. You guys should probably wear them.
Yeah, you should probably wear clothes so that you don't get arrested for public nudity.
Or worse, a sunburn. You don't want a sunburn on you.
Oh, so you don't get arrested for public sunburn?
Yes.
That doesn't make any sense.
No, it doesn't. So
I
today,
dropped my recommend.
Today, I'm going to pick up my recommend, incidentally, right at the same time. I'm recommending... I was going to recommend this just because...
Because you wanted to brag that you found it and it's still in the shrink wrap?
The manager at Vintage Stock picked it up and said, hey, I thought you might like this. And he gave me a really good deal on it. And it's just a puzzle of the Rocketeer. So instead of just recommending a puzzle, because there's not a lot to say about it, because obviously it's not really intended for advanced ages.
Although we could stretch this out. Did you have puzzles like that when you were a kid? Because I had several of these frame tray puzzles. These were big in the late 80s.
No, I had none of these that I remember.
Okay, well I can actually talk about these. They were always this many pieces, and I think it's like... Yeah, it's these 12-piece puzzles. They were always rounded around the edges. They always came in the shrink wrap, and so if people bought them for a collector value, they wouldn't take them out of the shrink wrap. So you'll still find them that way sometimes. Of course, they could have always been re-shrink wrapped. You don't really know. But
That's true.
I had a couple different Batman ones, and you know, I had the Batman Returns one, and I had the I had a Ninja Turtles one, and I still have it. I have a Gargoyles one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I have a few of those. So anyway,
Yeah.
just wanted to throw that out there. Those were really big in the late 80s, early 90s.
Yeah, I have a couple. Incidentally, the Rocketeer came out in the early 90s. Hooray!
True that.
So, I also have here, it's not really articulated, and he can only assume this pose, unless you want him to look really goofy.
He's neat.
He's really good at internal and external rotation. That's it. Oh, hi, wasabi. Hello, mustard. But, so... Yeah, there's not a lot of Rocketeer stuff out there. I really would like that super expensive Hot Toys Rocketeer that came out, because it's really detailed and very, very pretty. So, but until then, I am satisfied having my 90s Disney licensed stuff. So, I have this figure that's just made out of what looks like rubber, but...
yeah, he's different.
This thing, it's really weird. I still like it, but... And then I have this, which I found for $0.25, and I couldn't pass it up. It's, I thought it was a funny little bust thing until I looked it up what it was online, and it was a gum, or what, you know, little packages of gum. And I just now thought to open it, and the gum is still in there.
Oh my god, okay, put the head back.
It's kind of gross. But the gum has little Rocketeer face indentions. That's kind of neat.
Yeah, that is neat,
but that's also pretty gross, so... I'm going to put it back on and ignore that it's in there.
I have a guess about this.
You do?
My guess, because of what it's made of and how squeezable it is, this was probably a bath toy.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's my guess. I'm actually surprised that there's not a place that water shoots out, because you can actually squeeze it, and I'm not sure where the hole is, where you can hear that. It's kind of weird, but it seems like there should be a place where his or like either water shoots out or something. There's not, though. So it's kind of, I don't know. That's a really odd toy. I wonder if the back is supposed to come off or not. But
yeah, you'd think that there would be
it
holes
has,
here.
Yeah,
but there's not.
It's squishy in the middle, and those kind of toys usually had water things in them. So anyway, I was just wondering about it.
There's no hole. Anyway,
stop squeezing my midsection.
90s licensed Rocketeer products. What a weird recommend.
Yeah, that is a weird recommend, but thanks for sharing.
Yeah.
Those are really cool. I hope that somebody comes along and partners up with IDW and starts putting out some action figures, because IDW's been putting out all this great stuff lately that hasn't had action figure lines in a long time. They're the only ones doing them. We've got Mars Attack stuff coming out right now. We've got, pretty soon they're going to be putting out a Judge Dredd comic, which we haven't had one of those in America in a while. And I just kind of... And of course, they've been doing a lot of Rocketeer, and I think they're finally doing a Rocketeer monthly, aren't they?
Yeah. Well, not monthly. They're doing a mini, so they're finally doing a cohesive story, though.
Okay, well that's good, because they've all been like one-shots and little short stories inside of bigger one-shots, and
yeah, which annoys me. So, yay, Mark Waid's doing one, which it has the most ridiculous reveal at the end of the second issue. I'll tell you about it later.
Okay.
it was going somewhere really cool, and then it just derailed.
Maybe it'll still be good, though.
It might still be fun, but it's such a ridiculous idea.
Well, I can't wait to hear you tell me about it, but we won't spoil that here.
Sorry, because it is at the end of this most recent issue.
Today, I'm going to recommend an independent CD from our good friend Alex Boyd. This is odd. This was back when he was calling himself the Lone Gunman. He actually just goes by his real name now, Alex Boyd. He doesn't actually call himself the Lone Gunman anymore, which is why he's got a different YouTube channel. But anyway, I just wanted to talk about this for a couple minutes because we've had Alex Boyd on a lot. If you don't know him, if you haven't seen any videos with him, Alex Boyd is a folk artist. He does a lot of songs talking about and making fun of pop culture. He doesn't do a lot of parody stuff. He doesn't like take songs and rewrite them and make parody songs. In fact, I don't know that I've ever heard him do that. I think all of his stuff is original. And he's very melodic. He's very funny. He's a really good lyricist, and I really like him. He's quirky, and of course everybody knows I'm a TMBG fan, and I love guys like that. And yeah, I know. They might be giants.
When did this happen?
When I met Alex at a convention a couple of years ago, and heard one of his songs, I had to get involved with him, and he's come on our channel several times now and played. He was at our live karaoke show. If you missed that, sorry, we couldn't record it, but it was awesome. And he was there and played some of his songs there. And anyway, I've hung out with him a lot now. He and I are friends. And I've never actually talked about one of his albums or recommended one, so I wanted to go ahead and do that. Now, he's done 6 or 7 CDs since this, but this is still kind of my favorite of his stuff. I like... Not that I've listened to everything he's ever written, of course, but most of my favorite tracks that I jumped on board when I first started hearing him live at conventions and things are actually on this. The Dinosaur song is on this. It's the second track on this, and that's kind of why I bought it, because I was like, well, I want his recorded Dinosaur song, because that's my favorite thing that he's done, and I'm gonna play some of the songs in this video because I can. And, I usually can't get away with copyrighted things, but this is Alex, and so I can.
You can straight up ask him.
But yeah, exactly. But I probably won't actually play the Dinosaur song in this video, just because I always play that. That's the only thing I ever play. So anyway,
play the Dinosaur song again.
He's got some other...
Quit yelling at me while you're drunk.
Well, I'm a dinosaur. I'm a dinosaur. I play the harpsichord. Yes, I'm a dinosaur. I'm a dinosaur. I'm a dinosaur. I play the harpsichord.
I don't know. Maybe I will. I don't know. But not all nerds are virgins. He played that on our live show once.
Oh, yeah.
I think he played that on a comic late night. He's been on 3 or 4 times now.
And not all nerds are virgins. We've got nerdy girls too. And not all nerds are virgins.
Let's see. The guitar is not a guitar; it's a gun. Is on here, which is a really funny song. I really like that. Yeah, it's an odd song, but it's funny.
You should hear the song. Sometimes a guitar is just a guitar.
And I think my favorite, maybe that was the
'Cause this guitar is not a guitar; it's a gun. Yeah, it's a gun. And this show is not really a show. It's a stick up. My MP3 is not an...
Anyway, I think maybe the cleverest song on here, though, for my money, is I Wear My Emotions on My Sleeve and Bare My Soul by What's on My Shirt. That's a great song. And anyway, so...
I don't think I've heard that one.
Well, I wear my emotions on my sleeve. I bear my soul by what's on my shirt. When my girl broke up with me, that really hurt.
I'll play for you after this. But anyway, we're gonna have a long discussion about Rocketeer and Alex Boyd after the program. Anyway, so
one of these things is more relevant than the other.
Here's a link.
Alex Boyd.
Here's I put a link in the description for you, so you can go buy some of Alex's CDs, and please support Alex if you can, because he's great. I love his music. And I'm not just saying that because I'm his friend. I became his friend because his music's awesome. So go check out his stuff. He's very talented. He's very funny. He's very friendly. And go subscribe to him on YouTube and talk to him because he's a lot of fun. And I think you'll like him a lot. So anyway,
do we still have that video on our channel that he did about the Punisher?
I don't know that if that's still there or not. I think it might be. That was part of a comic book late night. So he was in the middle of it. Yeah, he actually wrote a song for us about the Punisher because
not at my request. He did it completely.
No, it's so weird that he went Punisher because you didn't even talk to him.
Yeah,
I don't think you'd said 2 words to him. I was the one kind of talking with him, and he came over and bought some comics because I was telling him about comic book late night. We were starting to chat a little bit. I actually bought a couple things from his table, and he came over because he was selling other things too, and he came over and I said. And I had heard a couple of his songs, and I said, hey, do you have anything comic book related? I'd love to have you on Comic Book Late Night. We could do a little section here, and then post it on Late Night. And he said, well, I don't have anything about superheroes. He's much more of a gamer, and he's much more into like books and things like that. He writes a lot of Harry Potter songs and stuff like that. And so he said, well, I don't have one right now, but how about I buy some comics from you, and then I'll go read them, and then I'll bring you the song in like a couple hours. And I was like, what? Really? You're gonna write me a song today and play it, and you think it's gonna be good enough to put? It was, and it was awesome, and Vince was floored by it because it was so funny.
It was really creative. It's like the Punisher was stalking some guy on Facebook or something. It was really creative. I got a kick out of it.
He also did a song recently, and I've talked about that a little bit, about Batman based on the first arc of Scott Snyder's Batman run from New 52. He bought the first volume, Court of Owls, and then wrote a song about it, and it's, I think, maybe one of, if not his best track actually to date. It's not funny, but I mean I was talking mostly about his funnier tracks because this is mostly comedy. This is all comedy, but this is mostly comedy stuff. Man, that Batman song is called What is Gotham, and it doesn't actually mention Batman anywhere, I don't think. And if you haven't heard it, Vince, you need to. It's really cool because it actually, especially if you've read now the whole arc of Court of Owls, and he actually hasn't read the entire arc, but it's actually, the song is actually a lot cooler once you've read the whole thing because Snyder really bookended that idea of how do you define Gotham, and that's what his song's about, and it's really cool.
From the tops of the skyscrapers to the streets below the street, on the faces of your neighbors and mine so strange to me. What is Gotham? A sprawling waste of the Kremlin sings. Hey, stupid kids, get put in jail, get out, do it all again. What is Gotham? A playground full of corrupt. But beware, I will erupt. You don't wanna see, so you better spend. What is Gotham? What is Gotham? You don't wanna see it, you better spend. Well, I'm Gotham.
I sent it to Snyder, and I don't know if he listened to it or not. I can't remember. He may have sent something back to me, and I don't remember now. But anyway, but yeah, Snyder has a tendency to respond to stuff like that. I've talked to him a couple times on Twitter. But
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. But anyway, everybody, thanks a lot for watching and everything, and we'll come back to you again next week with another recommend. I'm Captain Logan.
And I'm Vince.
We'll see you later.